All right, y'all, so I took the day off today and I just needed to clear my head. I needed to go to church and feed my spirit a little bit, but I popped up at the property today because I wanted to check out and see how far Eric got with his stair building. So we're gonna go sneak up on him and see what he's done so far. I know it's gonna be amazing, but I just wanna see how far he was able to get with the 2 days that I took off, just so I can kind of get my mind right. Oh, I see the stairs and it looks like it is done. It looks amazing. So excited. We're almost done, guys. So our roadway kind of stops here because this area is going to be for parking, and we have to kind of grade this out again, and we're going to have some grass growing and doing a lot of stuff up here. When I left, Eric was just putting in kind of the supports for the stairs. It looks like it's completely done now, and I'm really sad that I didn't get to catch the entire build for you guys, but it's pretty self-explanatory. We're not a how-to channel, we're just an inspiration channel that basically shows you that you can literally do it if we can. But before we go up, guys, we're gonna check out this creek because it's been so long since I've actually come down to the property and just chill out by the creek and really just listen to the sounds and the waves. We've been working at the dome at the top of the property this entire time, and so now that I have this little moment to myself, I'm gonna just take a little walk on this little man-made footbridge that we have here and just check out the creek. And I'm gonna take you guys along with me because it is so peaceful. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this bell, but there is a bell on this side of the creek and also on that tree on the other side of the creek. And the cool thing about this property that we have is it was owned by one family, and it's literally like hundreds of acres, but it got split up through family, and so our property is 2 acres, but this is how they pretty much communicated on this property. They would ring this bell and ring that bell and call for suppers and all sorts of stuff. So that is just so cool. We're definitely leaving it. We're going to clean it up a bit, but we're leaving it here. And this bridge is how they kind of connected themselves to each other. When we open the property for business on Airbnb, we are going to put a sign asking not to go on the neighbor's property, and also be aware that this bridge was built before we got here and we are not going to redo it, so be very careful. And I'm going to do that right now. But this creek goes, I mean, for miles and miles and miles, hundreds of miles, and it runs into the Tuckasegee River. And you can actually fish in this creek. And the one cool thing is our entire front of our property is surrounded by the creek. So our property goes from about our swing house that you see back there, that major huge tree right there kind of breaks off this property, and so this is the front of our property. It sits a little lower than the main street, and I love that. And guys, this is just the bottom half of the property that is going to be used by the guests to hang out. Right above at the top where you see that shed is going to be one of the Airbnbs. The tiny home is going there, and if you follow that road all the way up to the top, you could barely see it, but the dome is up there, and the creek goes all the way past this. We're gonna make this our clubhouse, so I'm gonna call it the Creekside Clubhouse, and the creek goes all the way along the property out to the bridge, underneath the bridge, and follows along on that side to complete the front of our property. And this property has transformed so much since we got it. If you guys have been with us from the beginning, you know how much work we've done here. Guys, I'm so excited for what is to come with this property. We have a little cleaning to do, just because we tore down so much buildings and so much things was going on with this property, but we are coming to a close. We have the entire roadway in. We have all of the utilities ran and everything. We were able to take care of our water issue because now we have the solid ground that we can walk on and we can actually build our road on. So on this side, we're actually going to have a hookup for an RV. We're not sure if we're going to come here and stay because you guys do know that we are full-time RVing and living, or if we're going to actually make this an income producing spot for us. Either way, family, friends, and maybe small RVs would be able to fit and hook up in this area. We're definitely getting rid of the blue trailer, but right now it houses all of our tools, so it is going to have to stay until everything is done. Now, Eric has the keys for the Kubota, and I'm gonna have to walk up this mountain. I'm gonna try and take you guys for as long as I can breathe, but I'm gonna have to probably get off real soon, make it up the mountain, and then I'll show you guys what we have in store for you. Once we get done with the dome, we will work our way back down. We are going to build a tiny home here. It's going to have full hookup like the dome, water, electric, sewer, all that good stuff, and we are building it, so we're going to tailor it to our guest in mind. And it's a pretty big area, and as you guys can tell, I'm already out of breath a little bit, but I'm almost at the top, so I'll keep going. So yes, this area here is going to be where we have the tiny home. We have the spot towards the back. You can see we already have the water and electrical ran right in the middle, ready for it to be hooked up. So you have spot number 1 or 2, if you count the RV hookup at the bottom. And from this spot, you have perfect views of the creek, perfect views of the mountainscape, the valley, the barn, the horses. It's amazing. So if we keep going up this way, and I'll get there in a minute, we're gonna get to see what Eric has been doing for the past 2 days. I have not been here, and I'm just praying that he's to a point where he doesn't really need my help, because I'm kind of tired. But we're working on the stairway for the dome, and we're working on skirting this thing in. I know he had some plumbing to do underneath and pretty much didn't need my help because he was working on the inside of the deck, getting that all winterized and closed up. But oh, I see the stairs, and it looks like it is done. It looks amazing. I'm so excited. We're almost done, guys. So our roadway kind of stops here, because this area is going to be for parking, and we have to kind of grade this out again, and we're going to have some grass growing and doing a lot of stuff up here. I have to catch my breath. Okay, so when I left, Eric was just putting in kind of the supports for the stairs. It looks like it's completely done now, and I'm really sad that I didn't get to catch the entire build for you guys, but it's pretty self-explanatory. We're not a how-to channel. We're just an inspiration channel that basically shows you that you can literally do it if we can. All right, now this is what I call a stairway to heaven. This thing is so huge and awesome. It's crazy that it doesn't serve its intended purpose, but it also is just like an awesome feature to have here. So of course you'll be able to use the stairs on this side to go up and down the dome. We will have some kind of lounging, dinette, some kind of outdoor furniture here. And on this side, you can tell it's right up against the dome. So it's almost like, why is there a stair here? Well, you guys know we're always building things with you in mind. And the first thing we thought about when we built this dome and we had the window in was we don't want anything to obstruct that view. That way we didn't have any rails going across the front. Because once you lay in that bed, you're going to really be able to see the entire mountainscape, and you can see if there was a rail in front of it. So we really didn't want to have anything covering up your view. We wanted you to wake up and feel like you were in the mountains. And so this was a perfect idea to put here. I love the way it turned out. I think Eric did an awesome job building it. I could never imagine it was going to look so grand, and I just love the way it looks. Definitely needs to be stained, and I'm glad I waited because now I have to touch up the actual deck itself. And I'm looking through the window and I realize that the bed is put together. So Eric has been working really hard the 2 days I've not been here. I'm going to take you guys inside and let's take a sneak peek at what the bed looks like, because that was not together the last time I was here. All right, so we're going into the dome and you guys are going to get a sneak peek of everything like really put together and in its place. I think this is the first video that's going to show almost everything done. But stay tuned for the video that shows you how we did everything, because there's a lot of footage, there's a lot of missing pieces to how we got this far, and I can't wait to show you guys. So the bed is in. I think Eric just did this, and we're allowing our mattress to kind of poof up, you know, one of those bed in a bag things. However, you guys ranted and raved about this bed because we got this off of one of the Superhost channels for one of the best beds for Airbnb. And if you guys have not been with us and know how hard it was to track down this bed is from West Elm, and we literally had to buy one piece from like every furniture store you can think of. We literally got like 4 deliveries on this bed, and I'm so glad we finally got it together because they discontinued the bed before we had the entire piece together. We were able to get everything except for the slats, and Eric went to Lowe's and just bought some kind of slats or pieces of wood, and he cut that down and made this bed. So it's going to be extra sturdy, extra good quality, and it's going to stay together a lot longer. So I'm not really upset that we were not able to get that. I'm just glad that we got the bed put together. So we have to wait for the bed to poof up. I can tell that he just kind of got it in there because it's still all folded up on itself. So we're going to let this bed kind of just do its thing, and everything is looking so good. But back to the outside, because you guys are not supposed to see the entire dome until it's done. It still has so much junk and mess in here, and we have so much more to do. Let's go see what Eric's doing, because I'm sure he is working on getting the skirting in. I'm very curious as to why we bought another piece of butcher block, because we weren't supposed to have this. We have our countertops in already. So that's an interesting conversation that we're going to have, and I can't wait to see what he has come up with in his mind since I've not been here for 2 days. So we're going to go back onto the outside of the property, and I hope you guys love everything you're seeing here. My chandelier is in, and I couldn't be more happier, guys. All right, we're back on the outside, and I almost forgot the other day. We got the hot tub in, and Eric got the straps and the cover and everything all secured down. That's amazing. We still have the outline for the landscaping. We have to get some pea gravel up here and get the fire pit area all worked out. But you guys can tell that there is even awesome views from this area. That sky is so blue and so pretty. Also, you have that outline of the mountainscape back beyond those trees. You have the security and just the enclosure of the trees, but they're scattered enough for you to be able to see out into the mountains. So this is the perfect property, guys. We struck gold when we got this property, and Eric's still working on the outside. We have gotten the stairs built. We have everything on this side done, including the skirting. It looks like he may be working on the skirting on this side, but look how far we've come. I mean, if you guys have been with us from the beginning, you know how far and hard we've worked for this. And I just want to invite anyone that is not subscribed to the channel to just go ahead and do so. This is the perfect opportunity. You guys have not missed anything yet because we're just getting into the design. We still have to build a tiny home, and we want you to be a part of it. So now that the stairs is built, we're getting back to enclosing the deck with the skirting. And so Eric's just doing the prepping for that. Now that I've spent some time out here, and I realize how this actually plays a part in our outdoor furniture, because it is so sturdy and it is so well positioned that you're able to kind of use this as seating. This area of the entire property has the best views of the mountain. I'm literally standing in front of the stairway, and you can just tell how secluded and how awesome this view is. And this is kind of like getting ready for evening. In the morning, when the sun is shining on that mountain and you're able to just see all the beauty of what God has created, is just so amazing. And so I'm really happy with the fact that we ended up with this staircase on accident, but it serves such a great purpose. So I love this spot. We are going to, of course, plant grass or try to get some grass to grow in this area. When we first got the property, there was a lot of vegetation up here. We have disturbed the ground so much by having to grade out and level out everything, but we're hoping to get some grass to grow right up into this deck, so it will be an even more peaceful place and serene place to hang out at. Guys, when we decided to make this journey and start this, and even with just picking our name, Nature's Near, we didn't really even understood what that meant for us and for our guests. And we really want to bring nature to you. Like, I envision people literally taking off their socks and shoes and feeling the earth and the ground and literally walking on grass and just enjoying this area and allowing themselves to be one with nature. There is so much to enjoy here, from the mountain views to the long walk you could take down at the creek at the bottom, to hanging out in the creekside clubhouse or hanging out at the swing on the creek down there. This is just a really amazing space, and I'm just now really realizing and taking in how much you can enjoy here from this just one property. And I'm so glad that we did this journey. I'm so glad that we can do this and bring you guys this amazing, amazing space. And I just can't wait for you guys to just come here and enjoy it the way we've enjoyed it. This is definitely a place to put on your bucket list. This is definitely a place to come with your family and disconnect from the busy life and just unwind and get into nature. This is a place for you if you are just needing some alone time and you really need a place to feel safe, but to also be able to go to town and still be able to do some things and be a little bit connected to the world. This is definitely the place. And if you are a couple and you are struggling to reconnect because of your daily schedules and everything you have going on, this is definitely the place to come with your spouse and just be able to reconnect with each other and also with nature. And we're so happy to be able to bring this to you. So we love you guys. And if you haven't subscribed, do it right now. Right now is the time. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys.